Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the presentation for iCreate Mobility Challenge 2012. And we are Team AppSycos, and today my friend Ivan, Amulya, and myself, Rajul, are going to bring you through the presentation. So as students, as NUS students, we all have various needs. And there are so many products and services in the market to cater to these needs. Let me give you a couple of examples. So the first one is we need to network. We need to talk to our friends, connect to our families, and for that, we have services like Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and so on. Also, we all know that books and lecture notes are not always sufficient. So we need to supplement our academic knowledge with services like Wikipedia, Stack Overflow, and our very own Ivy Forum. Also, as students, we need to work in teams. We need to work with a lot more people on various projects. And to assist us with collaborative work, we have services like Google Calendar for scheduling. We have Asana for project management. And we have Dropbox for sharing documents with each other. So as you can see, these are some of the various important aspects of a student life, and there are so many products in the market that look into it. But how about, is there a product in the market that looks specifically into little everyday needs of a NUS student? So let me quickly explain to you what I mean by little everyday needs. So when I was in my year 1 and I was taking a management module, and in the module there was a project for which we had to make a video. So not only me, but a lot of other students in the module had this question: where to loan a camera in NUS? Where can we loan a video camera for the project in NUS? And similarly, every student goes through or comes across small challenges in their day-to-day lives. And we did a quick survey. We did a quick survey of the NUS students to find out what are the such questions that they have in their mind. So I'm just going to quickly play a video.
Can I still get a module if I'm unable to secure it during the course meeting?
So I can loan post-independent individuals.
Where do I collect my degree score? You don't know, attending the commencement ceremony.
Very similar study space and optional implementation. Do we have to pay for vaccinations in the US?
I was wondering if I could use the same facilities as a full-time student experience.
How's the module for being a resident assistant?
How is the procedure like to get my mobile back if I happen to visit anywhere on campus?
Right, so as we all saw, be it a freshie or a student on exchange or a person who is graduating from NUS, there is something that we all want to know about. There's some question that we all always have. And so what do? We basically reach out to our friends. We ask our friends about these problems. And in another way, we are always limited to our own social circle. And this means that at times we might find the answer or we might not find the answer. And if we find the answer, it might not be of the best quality. It might not be the best answer that we can get. And however, for a fact, we all know that the answers can be found beyond our social circle in the NUS community itself. It's just because of the lack of connectivity among people, or you can say there is no platform to facilitate such knowledge sharing among the students in NUS. And so therefore, we present to you Question Us, which is a platform that promotes a healthy knowledge sharing in the NUS community. So Question Us is a mobile application that helps the NUS community to find answers to their day-to-day questions. So very quickly, let's look into the features. So when in doubt, any NUS student can post a question on Question Us, and it will be voiced out to the whole of community. And from where anybody who knows the answer can share his knowledge. So with time and active participation, we will be building a rich and on-the-go knowledge repository for NUS itself. And at any time, you can search this knowledge repository for answers or questions that you're looking for, either by search by keyword, or you can search by tags as well, because all the questions, all the answers will be categorized based on tags. So now when we look at the answers, so for a particular question, all the answers will have a rating, and it will be listed based on the ratings. So a question with the highest rating will always be listed at the top, as you can see on the screen. And so the next question is, how do we calculate this rating? Well, this rating is calculated by the community itself, by the number of likes or dislikes they give to our answer. So in other words, the community decides whether our answer is reliable and the most reliable answer is always evident to the students of NUS. A student can also indulge or engage himself into further discussions on a particular answer by the comments feature. And we understand that at times words are not always enough to describe something. So therefore, Questioner supports image attachments for this NUS students to supplement their post with an image. So now this is the next question that we as a team were discussing. So is it just another forum that we want to create for NUS? Well, no, definitely not. We want to add in some fun element, some element that will drive NUS students to take part, to share the knowledge. And therefore, we introduce the concept of badges. So with active participation of students, they will continue earning badges. Now, this is not only fun. This also adds as an incentive base for a student. So let me give you an example. Say I'm very good at my accounting. So I will tend to answer more and more questions of accounting on on Questioners and try to earn as many badges as possible, because this will help me build reputation in the NUS community. So now, after looking at that, what else can we do with it? That was the next question that we asked ourselves. What's the next thing that we can do with it? How can we make it more a real-world application that people can actually benefit not only within the application, but outside the application as well? So here we present to you the Questioner skill card. Well, as you can see over here, the Questioner skill card basically summarizes the top 5 skills of a person based on the questions that he has answered. Also, you can see the badges the person has earned listed there. And you can also call it the profile page of Questioners. So everybody has access to everybody's profile page. In this way, say a person like Bill is good in his Java skill. He has a lot of knowledge about Java, and he's very actively participating in it. Being a NUS community, we all will at all times be able to find out who the local expert is. Now, you guys might be wondering what these bars are. These bars are the level of skills that a person holds in the NUS community. So for example, for Java, Bill has a certain level as compared to the whole community knowledge which is there. And in this way, a person can exhibit his skills. He can share this skill card with anybody. So if, say, tomorrow Bill wants to apply for TA for Java, he can just share this skill card with his professor, and that can prove that, yes, he has been helping students around on Java skills in NUS. So after having looked at the majority of the features of NUS, of Questioners, we will now would like to present to you the quick demo video. Sorry. All right.
Welcome to the demo of Questioners.
Sorry. Oops.
The home screen gives you a list. Welcome to the demo of Questioners. The home screen gives you a list of all the recently posted questions. You can search for questions based on keywords or using tags. While browsing through a question, you can view all its answers. Questioner supports image attachments as indicated by the icon. You can further discuss an answer using comments. Simply like or dislike an answer to rate its quality. You can also share an answer with your friends on Facebook. At any time, you can post a new question. Key in your question with a short description, add 3 tags, and you are done. You can also include an image attachment to your question, either by taking a photo or choosing one from the phone gallery. If you wish to make some changes, you can edit your code. You can also choose to delete it. You can share your knowledge by answering questions. Go to the main menu from the home screen, which provides access to your activity, badges, skill card, and settings. The activity page lists all your activity on Question Us, which can be filtered. Clicking on an activity will take you to the post itself. Your active participation on Question Us will earn you badges that can be viewed from the badges page. The skill card page gives you a summarized view of the badges you have earned and the top 5 fields of expertise you hold. In short, it is your Question Us profile page which can be viewed by anyone. Similarly, you can view the skill card of any other person and explore their profile. From the settings page, you can manage your iCreate login and connect your Facebook account with us. That's Question Us for you. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Okay. Right. So now to sum it all up, we are solving a real problem that exists in the NUS community today. And not only that, not only are we helping the students, but we are also, in a way, establishing an ever-growing learning process in the NUS community. And as we said earlier, the badges and the skill card will make the learning and the knowledge sharing process very fun and interesting. We also understand that to effectively deliver all these 3 things, we need to have a very good user experience. So from the animations of the pages, page transitions, to the scrolling, from the sliding of the menu to the design of the badges and the icons, we have carefully crafted out all the UI elements to give a very intuitive user interface to the users. And finally, to reach out to most of these students on in NUS, our application runs on iPad, iPhone, and a BlackBerry Playbook, and Android phones. We also use our application basically uses the built-in functions in all these applications, and by these built-in functions, I mean camera, phone library, and memory storage. And with that, we come to the end of the presentation. So, any questions for us?
Does it run on Windows Phone?
No, we don't have on Windows.
You actually have it doesn't run on Windows Phone, or you haven't tested?
No, so the problem is that Windows Phone, the web view doesn't support CSS3 very well. So the animations and everything was having a bit of trouble. So we could have made a cut down version, but we didn't want to spend time on that.
So do you have a moderator for the questions that are being posted in your app?
No, we don't have a moderator.
Okay.
Basically, if you dislike to a person's post, it automatically
So you
gets
let
pushed
the
down.
committee decide on the question. Okay.
Why would I use Question Us instead of Reddit or Quora or Wiki or something like that?
Right, to answer to that, well, as we said earlier, that question is for NUS community. So certain questions like, for example, if my matriculation card is broken, where can I get it replaced, right? These questions can only be asked on something which is built for NUS community. I mean, you cannot post this on Quora or other such forums out there. So this was a main aim to get NUS community involved in answering the day-to-day questions for the students.
Yeah, I guess maybe not Quora because it's bigger, but for things that have sort of sub-communities or sub-forums or areas particular, I mean, for just open discussion around, you know, voting and rating and popularity and stuff like that.
Right. So actually, we won't argue on that. Our idea is kind of similar to all these platforms, and that is the main reason because there is real usefulness for Stack Overflow or Quora. So we wanted to make use of this idea, and by restricting it to the NUS community, we are also able to add in our additional features such as the skill card or the badges, which takes it beyond just a question-answer forum.
Yeah.
So,
the skill card, I think, is a definitely unique one. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So about the skill card and the badges, who decides what the skill levels are? How do you know what 100% skill is?
Okay, so basically what happens is that, let's say, so 100% skill is someone who has the maximum points for that particular tag. So let's say that there is just one question on Java in the entire forum, and only one person has answered that question. So he has 100% skill level. So it's the maximum any student can
Okay,
have.
and it's by tag.
Yes.
And it's by tag.
So I can post a new question and post a new tag for it, and if that's the first time that tag's being used, I will be the expert in that subject
Yes.
and have the badge.
Yeah, badges have separate rules. So each badge has its own rule how you can attain that badge. So some badges is for when you like someone's post, or when you then you can get a supporter badge, or badges have a different set of rules.
Okay. And who decides what the badges are?
So for now, we just
Yeah,
sat
actually,
together and
our application is running on iPad for now, so you can take a look at this. So this is the badges.
Do we have a version on Android for demo?
I have a version on Android, but it's not the latest version.
Okay.
So
It's okay.
yeah,
Because there's no activity under my name as I'm a new user right now. But you can see this is the sample data that we have populated. So all this is there. So you have like little icons like these for customers.
Are people able to search for other people's profiles based on their skill sets?
You can't search for profiles yet. So you can only search for questions, and then if you find someone, then you can click on this profile and visit it.
By the way, I noticed as I go through the UI, there's these little colorful elements inside of a question and answer thread. But in this questions list, it's all grayscale. And I noticed, like, it's really refreshing to see the colors. Sort of just some basic feedback.
Right.
Thank you.
No,
But,
because our main aim was that, okay, so this is the list of all the questions that we have, right? So once you go inside, so the green is for a question which has been liked by other, so this is like positive rating, and this turns red once
So
the rating goes below 0.
yeah.
Right.
So if you go back to so these can't be liked, the questions itself can't be liked.
No, we have not implemented that. So basically, our main idea is to, like, you can post any question because a question is never bad. Every question is equally good. That's what we assume. So you can post any kind of question, and then the answer, the quality of the answer needs to be judged and assessed by the community.
Is there a way to sort the questions?
For now, it sorts based on the tag.
So basically, you can search for any tag, and it'll only return results for that particular tag. So this is this is kind of sorting, but not really. Like, you can filter based on.
Not by date, not by.
So this is based on recency. So you get the
Right,
latest
the
question.
latest one first.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, because if you have, like, for example, 500 questions in, say, Java, right? You want to know what is the most asked question or the most
Right.
popular one right on top. rather than having to scroll through everything
True.
based on date.
Yes. Yeah,
We can
that is
actually-
something we can.
We can look forward to
yeah.
it.
So is there, you were saying, is there search by keyword or
And tag.
text search? Only by tag?
And
Tag
keyword.
and keywords.
Tag, and what's the difference?
So
What's the
say
keyword?
for example, a question title will have like,
Okay.
do you know how to program in Java, for example, right? And it has a tag as well. And there's another question which is, what is system.out.println? So that question title does not have any word Java, but the tag is Java.
Okay, but
So
then-
once-
but keyword is anything in the question title?
Title and the description.
And the description.
Title and the description, I see, okay.
Any way to prevent duplicate tags, duplicate questions, these sort of things?
No, not as of now. So we can focus on that as yet.
Duplicate tags are done whenever someone tags his question, for example Java, and there's another question tagged as Java. The server will check if Java tag is already created.
As he's typing it in?
So tags are...
No, only after you submit it.
After you submit it. Okay. Yeah. What's your marketing plan? Because it's kind of these things are tough because it's chicken before the egg. Without information, you don't get users. Without users, you don't get information.
So, like we mentioned, even in the flow of the presentation, is that we want people to start asking questions,
Yeah.
and then people start answering. So this is how it will build up. But for a start, we can go around doing a survey, and like there are so many NUS websites which have these FAQs, right? So we can like manually go and transfer these FAQs into the system first, so that for
Pre-populated.
yeah,
Pre-populated.
whether it's accommodation or sports center or any of these different areas, we just pull out all the FAQs and feed into our system first.
And so if I post a question, do I get notified when there's an answer or a response? Can I subscribe to the thread, sort of?
So right now we haven't implemented notifications because it was not straightforward to implement notifications for these different devices. But I'm sure once we are up with it, it should be quite easy to implement the notifications. So for
Well, you
Windows
could
Phone,
go kind
those
of low tech and
notifications.
just notify by email, right?
Email, yeah.
Yeah, because I think because it's always, again, back on marketing, it's one thing to market your stuff and get somebody to use it once. And then it's a whole other thing to get them to use it twice, right?
True.
But if you can sort of be proactive like that and draw them back. Yeah, interesting. Are you guys Reddit users?
Not really.
My God, man, really? Holy crap. Wow. All right. So Reddit is like, vote everything, right? Everything gets voted. Comments, question, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think you could kind of replicate some of that here and be helpful because I think, like was mentioned, being able to vote on the questions themselves would be interesting because long term, if you have this knowledge base, then you could not only sort by date, but you could sort by popularity today, sort by popularity this week, would be what Reddit does. But there's a lot to sort of steal from that could probably really help you out. Yeah, that's all I've got. It's cool though. Nice job.
Thank
Good.
you. Thank you.
Good.